Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to recap the last 3 months of riding in Belgium, having been here for almost 4, and give you guys a bit of a insight as to what's been going on, some of the roller coaster that we've had to endure since getting here. And while this is a personal video for those who have been following along the journey moving to Belgium, I know this video is probably going to help potentially a few people who may be moving either towns or country, to give a bit of an idea of what it's like and what your riding is like in the first little while from an overall life perspective. So let's dive in and have a chat. Three months now of riding in Belgium, and I'm going to start by throwing up my Strava profile there to give you a bit of a sense of why I've considered the last 3 months a bit of a roller coaster for me. Now, as you can see, we are in a place of positivity right now with the training, and that is a real reflection of being able to get on top of a lot of the stuff that's been going on. And let me be perfectly clear when I say that this roller coaster was not something that I wanted, and not something that I really had intended for when we first got here. So let me give you a quick recap of the first 3 months. Got my bikes into December, and you would have seen the videos I put out attempting Festive 500, getting back on the bike, obviously hitting the van. And as a recap of that, everything's come out fine with that one. One replaced spoke in the front wheel, and that's been perfectly fine as well. So man, I was so lucky with that, but certainly put a bit of a dent in my confidence for my road riding and just feeling safe on the road. A lot of research went into all the road rules, and I had some really good insight from some locals, particularly one local, Alan, who I've done a few rides with now. He's been really helpful. Shout out to him. He doesn't want to be on the videos, but he's been super helpful, helping me just sort of get on my feet, and more particularly actually on the gravel bike, showed me around the forest. So much knowledge being here for over 40 years riding there. From there we had some interesting winter weather. We had the most snow in Belgium for like 10 years. I tried riding in it once, it did not go well. And there means a lot of trainer time, but the motivation was pretty high still. Just as things started to get rolling, we had a lot of sickness in the family, and it actually meant 3 weeks off the bike, and you see it in the dip in the Strava. I actually had a massive stomach bug. I actually got it twice in 3 weeks, lost a lot of weight, got super weak, and boy did that really kind of kill off any momentum that I had initially. But as you can see, also on the Strava, the last few weeks have been pretty good. I'm currently on my Sunday ride. We're doing an hour and a half, finishing off a 15-hour week, and as a result the legs are really coming on, feeling very normal on the bike, and starting to get fitter than I have at any point of last year. So that's super encouraging. So with all that being said, what are some things I've struggled with more than I thought? What's some things that have been about what I expected? And what are some things I actually haven't struggled with in the last 3 months with moving to Belgium? Of things that I have struggled with in the last little while, and definitely have contributed to the roller coaster of Belgium so far. First of all, I just want to really acknowledge that I lost a lot more when I moved here than I expected to, in ways that I didn't expect. Coming from a full-time job and being a big provider to coming over to Belgium and being a full-time parent, I lost a lot of identity that I didn't expect to actually lose. I really enjoyed what I did back in New Zealand, and more importantly I worked with an awesome group of people, and I wasn't really aware of how much that sort of being good at your job, working with great people, having that sort of daily challenge and sort of practical problem solving really wrapped up in my identity. And I definitely lost that when I got here. As cool as being a parent is, I'm definitely not as good at it as I am at what I previously did. And I can talk about a bit more about what I did in a future video. But shout out to that crew in New Zealand, because I know you guys watch. I miss you guys, I really do, and in ways I didn't really expect. And to be honest, I thought coming here and being more a full-time rider and being able to train more and recover better would just easily plug that hole. And it kind of hasn't. It's taken me a few weeks to really wrap my head around it. As a result, it actually plunged me into quite a state of depression actually. There's actually a couple of weeks where I didn't do a lot of riding, even though the weather was awesome and the opportunity was there, because I just was in a bit of a mental slump. So the main thing you need to do when these things happen is definitely talk about it. And I did talk to a bunch of people, and thank you to those people for looking out for me and helping me. With that, we're in a much better state now. However, it's very clear that I'm not immune to this sort of spiral, and I now have to be very, very careful with how things progress here, particularly with the riding and the performance, so that I don't get back into that sort of slump again, basically. Because it has been easier to get into that sort of mind space. I thought I was quite strong mentally, but it's just no one's immune to it, really. So it's just a good acknowledgement that, hey, if you're going to come and move country and move jobs or move city, that these things might creep up because you're not really expecting it, and no one's immune. So it's been pretty tough. As a result, the big change that kind of I've had to make is that change of expectation. As I alluded to at the start, I didn't intend to have such a roller coaster here, and as a result I'd kind of flagged some races really early in the season, just thinking I'd be able to get here, stamp on the pedals, get fit, and just be ready for them. As a result, I've had to kind of push back on a lot of those and reset the expectation and not look so far down the road. I'm now in a good place of that, taking it week by week, and obviously I'm coming now to you at a point where things are going well, the training's where I wanted it to be, and I'm seeing progression. But I certainly need to just keep my feet on the ground a bit and look at what's ahead of me in a week's time, and not look ahead in 6 months' time and get ahead of myself, really. So as a result, I haven't signed up to any races yet. I think I know where I want to get fit and be ready for them, but we just need to take it week by week and see how it goes. So obviously no solution to this one yet, but it's definitely been the forefront of what's been going on, and yeah, we're in a much better space for it now. Now on top of all of that, we've certainly lost a ride crew, and shout out to the guys at iRide and the awesome crew of guys that I rode with in the weekends there. Again, I don't now have that group of people here, and this is certainly an expected struggle. But what's unexpected about Belgium is that a lot of these clubs, a lot of these groups don't really operate through the winter months. Not in a phase where it's easy to get involved. Despite now the commerce scene having started in Belgium and people are racing, therefore people have done a lot of training, the clubs are definitely not really operational with their group rides and sort of long rides or fast rides in the weekday. It's just not happening yet. Now that really starts next month when daylight savings comes, but I certainly was expecting to be able to at least get involved with some other people and meet a few people, but as a result I've just been by myself. Again, shout out to Alan, who's been really helpful and showing me the ropes here. But yeah, I've sort of been looking for that crew, trying to size up the clubs and bits and pieces. So I'm hoping that that element of moving here will be rectified really soon, and that I can start finding those guys that are out there keen to do the big training, and hopefully it's just that first little into some of the local races and commerce races here. The licensing and stuff seems to be wrapped up in these clubs, so while I've been struggling with everything else, I haven't really dived into it too deeply. That's certainly one of the next things on the list to tackle here. So as I said, we're in a much better space now, and the training's been going well. We'll keep our feet on the ground, but I just do want to talk about some of the stuff that I haven't really been struggling with, that I thought I might. So let's ride on and talk a bit about that. Fun mid-video fact, this road is actually part of the Flandrian circuit of the 2021 World Champs. So kind of cool to be right next to it and riding it a lot of the time. Expect a video about the Flandrian circuit of that World Champs coming soon. Alan's going to show me around at some point, so looking forward to riding that one. Alright, so look, it's not all doom and gloom. So let's talk about some stuff that I actually haven't struggled with that I thought I might. And we'll rattle through these ones. So quickly, roads. I actually enjoy riding Belgium roads. They're a bit chaotic. There's definitely needed to be some expectation shift about how fast you can ride the roads here. I don't average the speeds I did in Wellington, but they're fun. They keep you on your toes and they feel iconic. Even though I haven't really got to the Flemish bergs, I've already just been riding near where I am. Everything feels iconic. As I alluded to before, you got that circuit of the 21 World Champs course on my back door. So anywhere you go just feels prestigious. Whether it's just the Kiwi in me, never having ridden a famous road before, I'm not sure, but it feels iconic. Second of all, weather. Winter has not been that bad. People bang on about it, but seriously, it's less windy than Wellington. The roads dry up really fast. You can have a whole day's rain, come out the next day and it's dry. And yes, if you go the wrong way, it's muddy, it's dirty, it's horrible. But actually, it's way better than I thought it was going to be. Third, it's just culture and just living in Belgium. It's nice. People are nice. Drivers are really courteous out on the roads. They like cyclists. Not everyone, of course, but I certainly feel like I get given way to so much more. Even that first case of like hitting the van, it's totally my fault, but we got nothing but respect from the driver. He just wanted to know I was like, okay. He didn't care about his car. Really, I was blown away, and that has remained. People wait for you, they give you a wave. It's so different to New Zealand. I cannot begin to express how different it is. So I've really been enjoying that. Not taking it for granted, certainly being cautious, but really love it. And the last thing is the language. I'm yet to have an encounter where I'm truly buggered because I don't have a language yet. People speak English, they know all three, and most people I meet are just super nice. So thank you, Belgium, for just being kind, for being courteous, and looking out for me. I appreciate that. Right, interval's done, and of course as soon as I compliment Belgium on its weather not being so bad, it starts to threaten to rain on me as I spin home. So thanks, Belgium. So let's now quickly chat about what's next for me in the next 3 months in Belgium. Well, I certainly feel like I've found a rhythm here, and I think that attests to how good the last couple of weeks have been on the training front. Really pushing in a week, sort of a weekday training schedule, keeping the weekends more free, because it's not about me doing 15-hour training weeks. It's about doing them without really pushing into that family time. You know, we've only got each other over here at the moment, so it's important that that really stays true. But I found a rhythm. Like, everything has to go well, but it does work. So the goal now is simple: keep it going. When you find something that works, you just got to find a way to repeat and repeat and repeat. No more pressure than that. Keep turning the pedals, keep getting the intervals in, and hopefully watch the fitness go up. Now, of course, the other thing that I need to add into that are these videos. Keep everyone up to date with what's going on. And there are things coming. I've got 2 bike builds coming. Now they're existing bikes, my Tarmac and my Crux, but those bikes are going to go through some really big refreshes with some specific things that I've wanted to do to them now that we've been in Belgium. So I want to pull some cool videos together for that, and then probably pull a few components off to a few review videos, because that is what the algorithm wants, people, searchable content. For you cool people that are watching this, I just want to keep bringing some updates, keep showing you some cool rides I'm doing, keep you updated with the training, probably an FTP test coming up to see where I actually stack up and reveal how much work I really need to do. But that is only because we're coming from a positive place, and that's the focus. Stay positive, keep working on things one thing at a time, little by little, keep putting the hours in, keep showing up, and hopefully that is going to be a good inspire for anyone else out there. Look, if things aren't perfect, just keep showing up, keep putting in a couple of hours here and there as much as you can. I've really not cared what other people are doing at the moment, and that's been hard for me. Just been trying to do the hours for me, and it's working. So look, thank you as always for watching these videos. I hope I can keep showing up in these videos more often, bringing that progress. And hey, keep it simple everyone. Keep getting that bike riding in. I know it's changing to winter, slowly going towards winter in New Zealand. And if you're in Europe, you're like me, you're waiting for that sunshine. Oh, it's gonna be so good. So look, thanks everyone. We'll see you in the next videos. Cheers.